page, Tia's page, bro. We got like 400 and something posts on our page, and it's good quality content. It's not just regular stuff. It's good quality stuff. Okay. Just go do your research, guys. Go look at your mentor's page. Look at somebody you look up to and see how they post. And now you embody that. You resemble that. All right. Number 3 is going on IG Live at least once a week. I actually have to get better at doing this. I actually used to do this like all the time. Going on IG Live, even if you know what's so crazy? I used to do like I would be on a Zoom call on my laptop, and I would just put my IG Live up on my phone, and people who would come into the IG Live, they'll watch me like train on Zoom, or if I'm teaching somebody how to trade, or they'll just watch me on Zoom because I was just live, you know. So they would just see what was going on, and they were like, "Yo, Z, what you doing?" And they'll see what I'm doing. So now I'm engaging with the people that's watching, right? Yeah, or I'm just talking to you guys about mindset, just how to keep pushing forward, anything. So for you guys, one of the tips that helped me to like confidently get on IG Live is I would write down topics that I was like confident and strong about, like talking about. Right? Drop in the chat right now. If I ask you to go live on your Instagram right now, what would be a topic you would talk about confidently right now? Drop it in the chat. Mindset. Okay. Suing, crypto, finance, fitness, experience. Okay. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Let me see. Water awareness, nutrition. Water awareness is actually amazing. Get you some spring water, natural spring water. Okay. If you know, you know. Right? Perspective, faith. Okay. All these things, guys. Start going on IG Live so you can build up audiences to start tapping into what you got going on, to start watching you more, to start having more eyes on you. There's a saying, right? Focus on you until the focus is on you. You got to start putting more focus on you so people can start focusing on you. Okay. Number 4. This is actually a really good one. Okay. Following 50 to 100 new people every single day. Okay. Following 50 to 100 new people every single day. And in this phase, okay, in this following 100 to 50 to 100 new people, there may be an instance where your following may be more than your followers. I want to be clear on this because this is something that I'm improving on myself currently right now. With following 50 to 100 new people a day, your followers may be more than your following, okay? But the fact that you're following more people, they're going to follow you naturally. Does that make sense? I hope this is making some sense right now because I want y'all to start bodying social media, bro. I want you to start being confident about posting this business, talking about this business, having faith in yourself first and foremost, and then having faith in this business. All right? But the key to this is not just following them. The key is actually engaging with people. Okay? Engaging with people. What does that look like? Liking other people's posts, commenting on their posts, commenting back to when they post on your page. Right? Somebody who I know does this really well, and she's like intentional when she does this, is Tia. Tia will spend an hour and a half replying back to people's comments on her page. One, it shows them that obviously she's a real person, right? But 2, that she cares to even engage back with you. Okay? So now what does that naturally do? If somebody's commenting, engaging with you, talking to you, at some point in time, if you're not doing what they're doing, they're gonna simply ask the question, yo, Tia, what do you actually do? Like, I see you posting this, you traveling, you doing this, you doing that. Like, how can I learn more about what you got going on? Organic. Hold up, I think I missed something in the chat. Y'all laughing. Somebody said nails clicking is crazy. Yo, oh my gosh. All right. Another way of how does this look with engaging with people is reacting to people's stories. If somebody posts something on their story, react to it. If it's funny, if they got a nice fit on, drop a flame, drop your fire fit. React to people's stuff. Okay. So liking pictures, liking other people's pictures, right? Commenting, commenting back, reacting to stories, engaging with them in the comments, like all of that stuff truly, truly works. I gotta reshare my screen. I'm good. Oh, oh, just add to what I said. Okay, good. And lastly, is posting reels. Okay, and the key to reels is essentially sometimes following the trend really really helps. Okay, trendy reels help you get more engagement on your actual page. All right. And obviously posting reels of yourself. If you guys have content of you at events, if you guys have content of you speaking or you talking to somebody or you getting educated or somebody, something, right? Funny reels, right? Tia is bro. If y'all seen the reel where she fell on the ground, that was hilarious. I said, yo, I said, yo, she's wilding. But that intrigues people. You know what I'm saying? Like it actually, and it also shows like you're not just all business all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like you can actually fit in with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's not about fitting in, obviously, but you can actually relate to people. You know, you're not just this robot posting on Instagram all day, every day, on your story, on your page, all this positivity and all that. No, I'm actually like real. I can be a real person as well too. Okay. So I want you guys to really take a screenshot of this because the last 30 minutes of this call, we're about to have some immense value come here. So all 44,000 of you guys, I pray that if you weren't taking notes on anything that I said on here, okay? If you weren't taking notes on anything that I said on here, please, please do your due diligence and take notes from this amazing, amazing individual. Jess is somebody who, we recently just started working together, and I'm actually very, very excited to be working with you for the next 10, 15, 20 years. Like that's where my mind is at. And for all of us, that's where our minds have to be. It has to be on longevity connections. Jess is somebody who is literally like goated, 25 years of experience when it comes to marketing. 25 years. Doing deals with professional individuals and really making a name for herself in that space and just in the space totally of entrepreneurship. So with that being said, Jess, I'm passing the call up to you. I love you, sis. Let's give them what they need. Let's go.
Oh my God. I want to take you everywhere I go. Can we drop some hearts for Zion, and also some championship little emojis for Tia for smashing an amazing rank, putting us in position. And there's someone that we got to go ahead and be proud and loud about, especially on a call like this, the alignment behind everything, it just comes all together. And it's like an amazing and a pleasure to go ahead and be on this call with you guys. Literally, I've been on this chair since 8 in the morning, nonstop. I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and shower, get ready. And then I'm like, makeup, forget it. It's like we have a lot to go. I have not left this chair. I've actually dropped, all my IPAs it's like on the chat so that way you guys can see that why I'm actually running, because of individuals that actually lead the way, like T and Zion. They're the reason why we're here. They're the reason why we are actually having results, and they're the reason why we're going to go ahead and make our legacy a legendary one. Why? Because they know where we come from. They know the positions that we're at, and it was just given a matter of a time that God knew that he needed to go ahead and put them in my line to go ahead and actually say, you know what, Jess, we're working together. And it was just a prayer being answered. Honestly, many of you guys know me from the previous company as the marketing head, of Alpha Society. I'm still the marketing director of Alpha Society. However, on this run, I'm the director Jess Torres from Gifu to my director of life, my director of my legacy. I am proud and lot of who I am. I'm proud and lot of who I'm from. I'm proud and lot of you. I'm proud and lot of Alpha Society. I'm proud and lot and you know of everything that Aspire Fire represents. And that should be you too. Anywhere you go, you gotta be loud. You gotta represent who you are. And that's where branding comes. I said to myself, this time around, Jess Torres is not just a leader. Jess Torres is a director. Jess Torres is an emerald. Jess Torres is leading the way for individuals that felt that they were playing small, but now you got to go ahead and play loud. You got to play big. Why? Because if Beyonce is out there doing it because she was loud, why can't you? If Michael Jordan made his legacy by being disciplined and putting himself in position, why can't you? So this era right here, this run where we at, do not take it for granted. If you just started, if you just began this whole journey, welcome to a lifestyle that you will never go back to who you were before. Welcome to the lifestyle that's going to change everything for you. And please, 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 please duplicate everything that Tia and Zion and all the amazing leaders that we have here are telling you. This run, I said, you know what? I'm not renovating anything. I'm actually duplicating because duplication gives you results. And then this run, I started doing a lot of duplication. I'm starting seeing results. And there's no day that you should not go ahead and be talking to your mentors. There's days that I'm like, if I don't talk to someone out of my mentors, I feel like I'm not working. Tian Zan hear from me every day. Sometimes I feel like, my man, another text from Jess, another text from this, you know. But it's because why? I need to embody their style because they have the results that I want in here. I need to embody their styles because I'm a big yellow, but I need to go ahead and embrace my red, you know. And this is exactly where you get to go ahead and you know, pretty much put yourself in a better position. And that's why blending is where it's going to go ahead and take you to another level. I actually was tearing up a little bit. I was like, oh my God, Tian Sign asking me to help, you know, with the team. And it's an honor to go ahead and really drop a couple of gems. You know, it's like Zion really gave you the blueprint of what it is to run social media. But most of us don't understand what branding is. And that's where my background comes in. You know, it's like I've actually worked for one of the top marketing companies here in Chicago for 17 years. Many of you guys know it. Many of you guys don't understand, you know, where Uber is, you know, had it not been where I'm at. But, you know, I like, it's not just about Uber. It's not just about any other brand. Not even like Beyonce's whiskey that I just started partnering with and working with since, you know, she launched it out in December during the NFL Super Bowl. But understand, you know, it's like, it's beyond that. It's beyond who you want to become. What legacy do you want to leave behind? I'm like, do you really want to go ahead and just say, hey, you know, I work with this company? Or do you want to say, hey, I work with Zion and I work with Tia? That to me, that's branding to me. Not no major companies. You're the major company. You are who you need to be as a Fortune 500, you know? And one of the biggest things, like I said, when it came to duplication this year, if J.A. Wall has the results I want, and he tells me, Jess, this is how we're going to theme everything on our branding so that they can see uniform throughout and they know who Alpha Society is, I'm going to duplicate that. When he said, Jess, all of our trainings are going to be here, I went ahead and studied the whole ARC website, and I'm like, I need to duplicate my trainings from there. If you all know, I love Canva. Canva is one of my best friends, but this time she got cheated on. So we're here to go ahead and actually give you the value that you need because I believe in you. Whether you think you're not, stop playing small. You are here because you started and you saw a vision of yourself that you never saw when you started your 9 to 5. You saw a vision of yourself, what it will do for your family that you ever done for your entire career or the career that you're starting. So this is where your branding starts. You know, it's like your brand is your resume in here. You know, it is like what you post is what shapes how people see it. If you're only posting memes, if you're only posting, you know, like someone else's content, Not only are you helping the other person's content to go ahead and push up, making them money, but it's just like, where's your real value at? And this doesn't just come like if you're not developing the business. You gotta understand, even if you're not developing the business, whatever you put online, that's your brand. Even if you put your family photos in there, that's you're branding yourself as a family member. Content converts. It's like, what is the difference between looking good online and actually generating leads? Like I said, I've been sitting in this office since the morning nonstop. I didn't put my makeup, I didn't do anything, but I did shower. But I've been sitting here making sure that the value is given to the proper individuals, regardless of how I look. The value is more important than the actual how I look. How I look could go ahead and be placed when I go to an actual event. The look could go ahead and be placed when you're actually going somewhere. But in here, in this room, I'm Jess Torres. Me in my camera on my phone, I'm Jess Torres. I'm giving my genuine self. You don't need to go ahead and pretend that you're someone else, because you're not somewhere else. You're Andre, you're Bougie. It's like you're Samantha, you're Nia. No one else is going to go ahead and tell you that you look different, that you are different. And why is this? Why is this that you have to embrace who you are and brand yourself behind it? I want you to understand, everyone wants influence, but few know how to market themselves with purpose. This run is with purpose. That's why I started the call the way I did, because this is your director era. This is not just your playing small era. This is not your, oh, I just, they know, they have the results. Oh, I'm running until I have the results. You already have the results. Your vision is your results. And tonight, we're going to go ahead and make you viral, because we're here to build the digital equity that you are always meant for. You are here to go ahead and brand whether you realize it or not. And it's time to go ahead and start treating your content like it's your business and your legacy, because that's what it is. And why does it matter? See, your job grooms you to stay dependent and spend money, right? While alpha society is grooming you to become the CEO of your future. And while you're still at your 9 to 5, because I know I have my 9 to 5ers here still, understand this is your chance to sharpen that mindset, to learn the skill sets, and to build a repetition online that already pays you. How many of you guys actually took that trade that was put on Connect, like just when the start of this call? Or who actually got on any other trades that were called this morning? Are you just, it's like, if someone tells me, oh, I didn't because I'm in this call, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. You can easily quickly pause, get on the trade, and come back to this call. Don't give an excuse. These excuses don't pay. And this is where we grow. See how many people put, I did, and that's amazing. Why? Because we live in a digital era, and you need to take advantage every moment that money is presented to you. So why are you already a brand? Let's talk about this, because some people are always confused about like branding and marketing. There is no marketing if there's no brand, and there is no you if you don't brand yourself. So whether you're posting a bunch of pictures of memes or your business, everyone's watching you. Even if you have a private page, everyone's watching you. If you think that your profile, you got to think like your profile is your resume and a billboard. If I'm driving down the highway, how many of you guys actually pay attention at the billboards that when you're driving down the highway? Put a 1 in the chat if you're like, oh, look, that distracts you, right? Because it's something different than just the road, right? That's exactly what social media is. Whatever you post, you're a walking billboard. And if someone's scrolling to your page right now, what would they know about you? What would they say that is you? Who are you? And you're the person that only has one picture in there. That picture describes who you are. That picture tells me that what type of business you're doing, or what is your background, what are you doing. So you gotta understand, whatever you post is your billboard. You don't need a big following, you need a clear repetition. Okay, a lot of you think that you need to have 5, 10,000, 20,000 followers, but you need to have a clear repetition before you gain the big following. Tia did not gain all the social media followers just by, her posting photos here and there. She built her reputation for herself so that way people started following and wanted to know and learn more about her. And that's where you can come in, and what are the content that stands out? This is key, and this is how it differentiates yourself from others. You got to share your perspective, not just information. How many of you guys have actually posted something about crypto news, but you're not actually explaining what the crypto news does for you? How does it impact your life? How does it can it impact someone else's life? You know, you have to go ahead and share the perspective of what it is about the products. It's like they're more healthier than compared to something you might buy at a grocery store. Talk about the perspective of the travel portal. I mean, how many of you guys have actually used the travel portal at least once already? Have purchased a trip or anything? Put a one in the chat. I like to see, and it's okay, and put a two if you haven't yet, because I want to see where you guys stand when it comes to the travel portal. Okay. All right, not yet. Okay, there's a lot of twos when you have a free vacation already in place. Why haven't you? You have to go ahead and show your perspective of what the travel portal is. We were at the Miami Leadership Retreat, and I did the silliest thing. I ended up, purchasing my return flight on Wednesday, May 7th. And I was ready to go. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be out there with the leaders, learning and all of this stuff. When I get to my first destination, because I had two locations, when I got to my first destination, I'm unloading my stuff from my luggage. And then I'm like, look, because I took a train there. I was looking for my wallet, making sure everything is in one place. And I've noticed that I forgot my passport. I have not updated my driver license into the real ID. And I was like, what am I going to do? Wednesday, May 7th, is the day that they implemented the new rule that you have to have a real ID or a passport in order for you to travel domestic. And I said, God, I see you. I already see what you're doing. You want me to go ahead and become part of the product of this new launch, and I'm going to do it. Regardless of what happened, I canceled that other trip, which was going to come out free because, Southwest has rewards. And I said, okay, here I go. I started looking for flights on Expedia. Silly me, right? I look at the flights on Expedia. They're all 800 one way back, 700 the cheapest. That's Spirit, $700 on the way back. And I'm like, Jesus Lord, what am I doing? And then all of a sudden, click in my mind, we have the travel portal. Let me look into the flights. I look at the flight. The flight was $500 with American Airlines, and I said, okay, I'm saving already $200 plus with the trip and the taxes and all. And I'm like, $500, it is a lot for a flight, but I know it's an investment for myself. It's an investment for this run. It's an investment for my director era. So I need to be loud and proud of what I'm spending money on, and as an investment for this. And that's exactly what I ended up doing. Now, anyone that needs to go ahead and understand how to maneuver the travel portal, I have the accessibility and I have the knowledge behind it so that way I can help others. And the funny thing, now my following and people that I have my leads growing in the business, they're coming from the funnel of the travel portal. How many of you guys have individuals that take vacations in the summer? It's like, how many of your boss is planning a summer vacation already? How many of you guys have coworkers that are heading on a vacation during even when it comes to December? You can give them the free trial portal and you gain money. And that's where you could go ahead and share with your stories. I started sharing that journey in my stories, and I had people, how do you do it? How did you save that much money? And I shared them and gave them the free travel portal affiliate link. They ended up booking their flight and their hotel, and now I gain that commission from it. And now I'm getting, either I can redeem it in points or I can redeem it into your e-wallet. So why are we leaving money behind when you are making money online, right? And this is why the power of what you post is important. When you tell a story, like I just told you, it could go ahead and bring so much more than you think about what we have. Anything that stands out. It's like, can my dad use it to help his travel business? Absolutely. Anyone that needs to go ahead and like travel, hotels, cruises, car rentals, they can use it. And they probably will be upgrade to the membership because the travel discounts are so big. And then if you did not know, we also have the guarantee, the value guarantee price. So if you find it, let's say a hotel price, which I haven't yet, let's say you find the hotel price here $300 a night, but you find it on Expedia for 280. The company will reimburse you 110% of the difference. The value guarantee. Now you see, now the marketing side of you, your branding side now is starting to go ahead and click in your head, and you're like, now, yeah, I can do this. I can post this. I can start leveraging this, and now your business ends up growing. Why are we leaving money behind? Use ChatGPT. There's some prompts here. You can take a screenshot if you want. It's like write a look that challenges people to, that are stuck in the comfort zones, personal development. Everything that we have is money making engine. You have one of the best vehicles in here, not just on physical products, but digital products as well. Now using testimonials without flashing profits is major key. We got to stay compliant. It's like, and this is part of what Zion was talking about, posting, a few posts a day. It's important to understand. You see here, I actually took someone's trade that they actually saw their profits here, but I put a line to cover her profits. Why? Because I'm not just covering protection of her, but I'm covering protection of my business, because we're not here guaranteeing anyone any money, but we're guaranteeing a life-changing moment for them, something that they never seen before, something that they could go ahead and earn. I have a testimonial of a student said, hey, it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning and I already made what I'm making a day. You know how powerful that is? That's more impactful than you put in how much money someone made. Right here, it's like, shout out to AE. Aaron's always posting how much pips we've actually gained for every trade that we've done on GFood Connect. He always posting how much, it's like we have within our internal fire fire trades. And also Tia, with her powerful little gems that she throws here and there, you can be posting that. And then you can repurpose that content to share it to somebody, to a prospect. You're going to love our new chats, my sis. And I share what AE sent. And look, send me the link, please, so that I have it when I go to the bank and I'm ready to sign up when I have the money in there. It's incredible what these testimonials can do for you, right? People don't buy products, they buy stories. You are a walking results of what we offer. People are saying, I don't have the results there. Your demo is your result. I don't have the results that, yet I'm going to put it out there. I'm like, you starting the journey is part of your results. And this is what you need to go ahead and share. People will want to go ahead and do that. Just one thing. Yeah, yes.
Real quick. Can you go back up real quick?
Sure.
I just want to tell y'all for real. This third story right there, the one where it had the results and the testimonials, that story had about 8 people inside the business asking me, what chat? How can I get at it? And then 4 people outside the business, what is this? Results really work. So just if you don't know what to put on your story, just study Jess. All right, go ahead, sis.
Thank you, my sis. Yeah, absolutely. It's like there's people, individuals that tell me, hey, Jess, can you tag me this? Absolutely. I have no problem tagging you at all. That's what we're here for. We're here to support each other. If I see something that Zion posted, tag me. If it's same thing with Tia, tag me. Because, we're busy and we're running, but at the same time, we're here to help you grow as well. It's not just an individual game what we do here. This is a group. This is a unity. And that's why your stories is not just your storefront, it's your legacy. We have a legend right here in front of us. The amazing Tia Bolden, Tia Bolden, the platinum executive, and she did it in 7 days. And you could go ahead and be leveraging her story. You can get on your actual stories and talk about it. I'm like, girl, this is not gonna believe. Talk about how she impacted your life. Be loud and proud. of who she is, because she has accomplished so much and she's giving you the blueprint to do it yourself. When you document your journey, it's not just for the wins. When you document your journey, it's for your future kids or your current kids, if you're a parent, and your future mentees to see who you are when they search your name. When I search bossy, what is it going to come out? She's not just a bossy, she is someone big. When I search for Nia, what is it going to come out? When I search for Tori, what is it going to come out? If I search for any of you guys online, what is it going to come up? Because if I search for you in 5 years, am I searching you for someone who left or is building an amazing legacy for their future families? Or am I going to look for someone that quit on themselves? Who am I going to go ahead and look up when I search for your name? You don't want your kids to say, hey, they were doing so great and they quit them on themselves. That's not you. That's why you're part of alpha society. You know, you're an alpha. Social media is your modern day legacy, and you need to build it one that is worth remembering for an entire life, not after yours, but beyond yours. So you need to understand there's a lot of noises that are going to be put in social media out there. There's people that are going to react negative. There's going to be people that are going to go ahead and like post negative stuff about you, maybe DM you something negative. Or maybe you see someone else talking negative about the company or who you are or what you're with. But understand, your job is not to clap back. You're not shrinking back to the small mindset that they have. Your job is to replace and react with value. Let your success and service speak louder than their shade. And remember, your response represents your repetition, so you got to protect it. If I see you clapping on yourself, believe it, you are ruining your brand, your repetition. Remember, your repetition is your revenue. That's why we put that as a title. This is where you have to go ahead and climb higher. This is where the best version of yourself. This isn't just about growing the business. It's about building a brand that prints opportunities. How many of you guys are looking to go ahead and open up major other businesses? How many of you guys were even thinking about opening a hotel? And have you noticed how some of the teachers ended up ruining their reputation by doing things where they were out there drunk doing things, and they're no longer able to go ahead and become teachers because they ruin it by their online presence? You don't want to do that too, because you are a business person. You are a CEO of your life. You're not just a CEO of a company, of a certain company. You are a CEO of your life. And inside Alpha Society and who we partner with, you're equipped with real world skill sets, not an employee mindset. So tonight, you just unlocked the key how to brand yourself with purpose. And I'm so proud of you guys. I know it's 7 o'clock. We have amazing power hour where we can go ahead and help others to go ahead and be where we at. Let's connect. Let's collab. Let's grow together. Because in this journey, in this era, we're going where you want to be. Zion's an emerald. Same thing with Tia. Who are you? Are you just a director, or are you going beyond that? Because I know my first base in 90 days is director. Then after that, I'm going for all of it. And we're not staying quiet. This run is for all of us. And I'm so grateful to go ahead and have run this call with both, Tia and Zion, allowing me to go ahead and pour into you guys. And not only that, I was like, this is not going to be the last time you guys see me around. You guys going to see me everywhere that you need to go ahead and get pour on. Reach out to me. I'm here for it. And Zion, Tia, thank you again. You guys have no idea how much I am so grateful of what you guys have done for me. You guys done so much more for me in the last 2 weeks than I have ever received in the last 5 years. So understand, we're not staying quiet. We're being loud and proud. And with that being said, I'm going to see you guys at the top, because the bottom is too crowded with individuals that you don't deserve to be around. Love y'all.